Okay. All right. Good morning, folks, and welcome to all of you watching from wherever you are watching. Today is Saturday, the 25th of April, and I come to you from beautiful and peaceful, serene, Lost Green, Henrytown, Bapulu County. Well, outside of Henrytown, Bayazu to be specific. It's a beautiful little village, peaceful, quiet, and it's very cool out here. And so I wanted to take a few minutes. It's been a while since I did a Facebook a number of just one particular issue, period, just one. And so that is why I am on today, as we wait a little to have more people join us. We have just about 200 people, so we're going to wait a little. I hope you all are waking up to a beautiful day, as am I, or as I have. I'm grateful to God Almighty for life, and we give God the glory. I've just received the most terrible news of the passing of someone I knew very well, someone who was so full of life, a young man like myself. He was my senior by a few years, and I will not be the one to officially break the news, because some have already broken that news, and it's very heartbreaking, extremely heartbreaking. My condolences go out to his family for their loss, and it's just very sad. And each time someone as full of life, as enterprising as he passes, so young, it just reminds us and brings us back to the realization that we're very mortal men. We're here today and we're gone tomorrow. Life is so fickle, and everything we're fighting for, and all the money we're trying to make, and all the trappings of wealth, and all the quest for power, and all of that is just so transient. And you wake up today and you're dead, you're gone. Nothing matters. All the education and everything we try to become, nothing is promised in life. And so each day that we have life, we ought to be deeply grateful and thankful to God Almighty, because in a flicker, it could be gone. It could be gone. And so let's see whether we have just about enough people to begin to speak to you now. The other day somebody asked me, we have about 500 people. The other day somebody asked me, Henry Costa, do you miss just a little bit, Facebook, like the work you used to do? Do you miss that? No. Sometimes I do, but most times I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you and say, for something I did which really defined me in who I became, which helped make me who I am, which essentially made me the public figure that I am. There's no way that, all the passion I had coursing through my veins for it, there's no way I could go on without, from time to time, missing it. Do you miss the microphone? Yes, there are times I do. But do I love what I do now? I love it. Oh, I love it so much. Just turn the camera around just a little bit, don't go too far. So we're here in this beautiful place. As you can see, this is my camp. Let me just do a little demonstration for you. So this is a 10-bedroom camp built with zinc, and then the inside we're lining the inside with plank with wood, and it's 10 bedrooms, and then there's a big recreational space there for where we will have benches and seats and a television set, and we have Starlink internet, of course, as you can see, which is why we're able to come to you live. And I have my own room. My bedroom is on the other side, and 6 rooms are already ready, and the other 4 rooms and the big recreational space is being made ready. We're eventually going to transition from electricity produced by generator to solar panels to give us 24 hours reliable power. And this area, beginning at this point and all the way running at least two miles, that encompasses our mining claims. And we're here working with the local people, the people of Koninga, Bapulu County. They are wonderful. They are very, very supportive, and we built very good relations with them. I don't mean to sound tribalistic, but it's also been a help being someone who speaks the same native tongue as the people from here. As a Pele man myself, in a Pele land, I feel like I'm just home away from home. Yeah, there are other people here from other tribal backgrounds, but it's a good thing to be from the same background as the people from here. And so I didn't imagine that I would I would be coming here and enjoying the peace and quiet and removed from the relative luxury of Monrovia. I didn't imagine that I would enjoy that, but I really do love it out here. I came on Tuesday. I've been here. I'm returning to Monrovia today. This morning we're about to have a mass meeting, a general staff meeting with our workers. We currently have just around 35 employees. Eureka Mining Company, which I own, and God is good. God has been great, and I'm very grateful for that. And hard work is good. Building something yourself is good. This is not the first time I've built something. I had a radio station before, as you all know. So this is not the first time I've tried my hands at business, but this is the first time I would say I've done this kind of business, mining, which I knew absolutely nothing about, but I love it. And I love the prospects it holds, the opportunities, the potentials. They're just tremendous. So Bill, come up close. So let me see how many people we have, and I can begin to address this particular issue that I would want to, that I came on here to address. Yes, we have. Good, we have almost 1,000. We have 1,000 people now. 1,000 people. Great, great. And I saw a post, a comment from somebody, and they were, some people are just obsessed with how I look, with my new look. I've lost a lot of weight on purpose, and the person's like, man, life must be tough on Costa, for him to have lost all that weight. My God, I am so happy. I am so happy that I look the way I look, and that I'm healthy. And we're contributing to the local economy. We've empowered a lot of people. There you look there. Turn there. Let them see. Our vehicle is on its way now. You see all the containers. We're gonna go buy fuel. Men are working day and night. Our machines are on the field, and this is great. We have a great relationship with the local mining authority, a great relationship with the elders of the land, and so this is all good. Now, let me now deal with the issue. Sorry, you will hear my workers talking in the background. I have pleaded with them to kindly allow us to do this video with a little less noise, but when you have a lot of men somewhere, you expect that. We don't only have men working for us, we also have women working for us. The women are the cooking staff, and they do a great job. I eat here with the workers. Yesterday we had, what did they have? Beans? They had beans, and I love the beans. I love the women's cooking. It's good food. I eat here with them. I sleep here with them. And one of the mistakes I made in the beginning was that I was not as involved with the operation as I am now. That was a mistake. Don't start a business such as this and stay in Monrovia and expect it to work and entrust people and say, I trust them. They're going to get it working and they're going to be honest. That is a terrible, terrible mistake to make. So, that is a terrible, terrible mistake to make. Now, with about 1,200 of you watching live, let me now address this issue. First of all, there are many of you who are still in your feelings politically. You know, you still have issues with Henry Costa from the political theater. But what we're discussing here, what I'm doing today in my new life has absolutely nothing to do with what I did in my prior life. So for those of you who are still clinging on to the cleavages of the political arena, and I as a businessman, empowering Liberian citizens, 35 plus people working for us, you are petty, you're small-minded, so you will come on and say rubbish. For those of you who wish me well, in my private life as a private businessman, abiding by the law, working with the people, and wish me the best, as we empower other Liberians, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So now let me address this issue. We started out in this mining thing back in August 2024. We went to the ministry, got 3 claims in the Bella area, further back in Bapulu County. We came out there in October, November. I spent 2 weeks there myself with the team. We brought our excavators, which we rented. At the time, we didn't own any excavators. And we lost everything. We didn't find any gold at all. While we were leaving, going back to Monrovia, the very wonderful people, amazing people of Koninga chiefdom decided to stop us and ask us to come and work with them. We came here, we sat with them in December of 2024, we discussed with them, and they brought us to a place where we are today. So again, I want to say specifically, particularly to the people of Koninga district, thank you. I'm grateful. We started working here. We got the paperwork, necessary documentation from the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and we've been working. I brought a manager here because I could not be here myself throughout. I travel a lot, and I felt even my presence here would not have made much of a difference because I don't know anything about mining, but that was a mistake I made. So I appointed a manager, Alexander Coleman. That is a young man who has been all over the place on Facebook of late and saying all kinds of terrible, malicious things and diabolical things about me. I made him my manager. But the first mistake I made was to make him my manager. After what transpired between us many years prior. Alex Coleman has been with me, or I've known him as one of my supporters long before my son was born. And my son is now 10 years old. One day in 2017, I went to the United States. I had a rental vehicle that I was driving, and he was driving me around in it. And I went to the United States and he drove me to the airport in the people's rental car. This young man was supposed to return the people's vehicle. But instead, later I would find out that when I got to the US, that he could not be found. That he did not deliver the people's vehicle. He sold the people's vehicle. I had Sylvester Teves now take him to the police station. He was apprehended, he was put in jail. But you know how it is in Liberia. Everybody will come and tell you, oh, a chief or leader, as they call me, please forgive him. I forgive him, and I let it go, and I settle the people's vehicle issue. The mistake I made was to think that this young man had changed. And I brought him back. And I made him the manager of my company. Why did I do that? I did that because he was involved with some low-level artisanal mining somewhere in the southeast. So I felt he knew something about mining that I didn't know. And so I brought him back, and I was willing to forgive and forget what he had done. And that was my mistake, to forget. Forgiving is not a bad thing, but forgetting. When people show you that they cannot be trusted, once, believe them. That was my mistake. I brought Alex. We came to Bapulu. I made him my manager. I tried to bring other people to work with him. He would suppress and undermine everybody who I brought to work with him because he wanted to run an absolute tight ship with absolute autonomy. He alone wanted to control everything. He wanted to be the manager, the procurement guy who buys everything. He wanted to be the expediter, the salesman, the guy who sells the gold. He wanted to be everything. And for a while, I allowed that to happen. And that was my mistake. I granted the young man full autonomy. And every day I will get complaints, all kinds of complaints, which I will not delve into. But then a situation happened sometime in March. I was on my way from the US, landed in Togo. I got messages from the young man informing me that there was a debacle with himself and the Chinese who are operating next. They are like our neighbors. He moved into the Chinese mine, shut them down himself without bringing the mining authorities in a violent manner, and there was a standoff. I was in transit in Togo on my way back to Liberia. I believe it was around the 13th or the 14th of March. What did I do? I immediately told him, go and get the mining authorities involved. Do not take the law into your hands. If you believe the Chinese have blocked the waterway and it is affecting our operations, do not go and cause any trouble for anybody to get hurt because it is my name that is going to go. The young man refused to listen to me. He said he would not listen to me because he's the one on the ground. And that is because I had given him full autonomy. He now began to believe that my mining company was his, that he was the boss and I wasn't. So he refused to listen to me. I called the mining agent. I said, Mr. Agent, there is a situation at my mine. My manager has gone and violently shut down the Chinese operation because they diverted the waterway, or they diverted the water, and the water is rising on our side, and it could cause trouble for my operation. But I'm not the one who should take the matter into my own hands and resolve it. I want you to kindly go there and arrest the situation and fix it. At this time, it was very late, on my way from RRA. The mining chairman, the mining agent, and the patrolman, they all came here the next morning. They came and investigated the situation, and they found that the Chinese were indeed wrong for blocking the waterway, for diverting the water. They called me and said, Chief, this is the situation. They blocked the water, the Chinese were wrong, but the Chinese are appealing. They talked to your manager. He asked them for money to allow them work, essentially a bribe. They offered him $300 to allow them finish washing the gravel so that they could open the waterway. He took their money, went to Henrytown, bought alcoholic drinks, liquor, gave it to his men, bought a big Bluetooth speaker, started blasting music with young men intoxicated, and shut them down. So he has refused to leave. But the Chinese are saying the moment they have finished washing their gravel, they would open the waterway so the water can be released. So Mr. Costa, that is what is your will and pleasure? I asked them, I said, Mr. Agent, Mr. Chairman, can you guarantee me that if we allow the Chinese to wash their gravel and wait, that they would open this waterway? How long will it take? They say about 5 hours. I said, fine. Please call my manager, let me inform him that my decision is that the Chinese should be allowed to wash the gravel and then release the water. They went to my manager and said, your boss man would like to talk to you. Because this area, there's no internet everywhere. You have to have Starlink in order to be online. So they wanted him to get to our camp where the Starlink internet is so that I could speak with him and inform him that my decision was that he should allow the Chinese to do their work and open the waterway. Just trying to amicably resolve the situation. When I went to my manager refused to come to the internet to speak with me. He said he would not speak with me. He said he's the one who runs the operation and I have no say in what he does. I said, wow. He would not speak to me. This time I'm home in Monrovia. Then I called his deputy and said, go to your boss and tell him I would like to speak with him. He went to him and he shoved the ball. and he nearly fell. He came back and said, Chief, Alex shoved me and I nearly fell. He said he does not want to speak to you. Then I took my phone and recorded a short video. I said perhaps when they take the video to him and play it to him, telling him to stand down and allow them to open the waterway, he would leave. I recorded the video and I sent it to the mining agent, to all of the people involved. They took the video to my manager to watch the video. He refused to watch the video, in which I was instructing him to allow the Chinese work so that they would, and on the promise that they will open the waterway. He refused. The boy said he would not listen to me, my people. I said, wow. I was humiliated. My own Peking said he would not listen to me. I said, oh, okay. Then the police that were here, PSU came. A whole pickup full of PSU came, because these are Chinese people. These people are not from our country. You heard one of their citizens, there could be a problem. These people give us a lot of support. Our government is on an obligation to protect them. We have a special relationship with them. So I don't want a situation where a Chinese citizen gets hurt and that harm was brought to him by Henry Costa's employees. I don't want that. I was afraid that any local citizen, any son or daughter of Konika getting hurt, as a result of violence provoked by my manager, it is I who would take the hit. I would have to be explaining myself. I didn't want that. I wanted to de-escalate the situation. My manager refused to listen to me. So I told the police commander, I said, Mr. Commander, Bakaba Jala is a commander for Bapulu County. I said, Mr. Commander, I've talked to my manager. You see, the boy refused to listen to me. So I'm asking you, the police, to go there and use necessary force to remove him, to physically remove him from the Chinese people's sight, so that they can open the waterway. The commander said, thank you, Mr. Costa. We will go and enforce that. When he saw that I had given the order to the police to go and remove him from the Chinese people's sight, that is when Alex decided to walk away. The moment he walked away, I sat down for long in my living room and I said, that boy has gotten too frisky for himself. The boat people say he has overgrown his breeches. His own pants, he can't fit in there again. It's too big for him now. I mean, it's too small for him. So I said, look, I have to suspend this boy. If I don't suspend this boy, I will get in trouble. So I sent him a WhatsApp message and say, Alex, for your gross insubordination, you are hereby suspended with immediate effect. Leave the operation, turn it over to your deputy, and return to Monrovia. I sent him that WhatsApp message. He left. He came to town. When he went to Monrovia, one day later, I got in the vehicle. I came to Bapulu County myself, to the mine. I needed to come to assess the situation and to see what was going on. And that was the best thing I did, folks. The things I discovered, the kind of things I discovered, the massive theft, stealing, the kinds of things, taking money everywhere in the company's name, and everybody telling me, oh, your company owes me this, your company owes me that. Things I did not know anything about. That was a mistake I made, to allow one person be having full autonomy. That was a mistake I made. So when I came, I started investigating. Then I came to the conclusion that just within a few days, I said no, but then the boy can't work for me again. I got to fire the boy. The boy can't work for me. I got to fire the boy. Sam, please get me a bottle of water. I got to fire the boy. The boy can't work for me no more. Even the workers, they were not taking pay. He was not paying the workers. He was making money. The boy bought a Toyota Tundra pickup. He bought himself a Wrangler. You hear me here driving one little Bobby Solo in Monrovia. The boy got Toyota Tundra pickup. He got a Wrangler. I mean, the boy a big boy now. I'm not seeing the money, but the boy, suddenly his life has improved. And my own life, I who own the business, my own life has not improved yet. But the boy's life has improved. Every month the boy will make expenditure report. 80,000, 90,000, 75,000. Every month, expenditure, USD, expenditure report. I said, Then when he declares profit, that 10, 20, 25,000. If I'm lucky, maybe that 30,000 for the whole month profit. And all that money, I got to put it right back into the business. He's not paying anybody. Not knowing the boy would be inflicting expenditures so that he would declare very little profit. That is how the operation was being run. And again, I blame myself. So I fired him. He used my money and bought 10 mining claims somewhere in Wolola, the same Bapulu County. Unfortunately for him, When he was buying the claim, he told the mining agent that the claims were for the company. So he wanted to, now after I fired him, he wanted to move to the 10 claims. I called the people that he was partner, that he were working with to buy the claims. I said, no, those claims are mine. The mining agent told them, yeah, those claims are for Mr. Costa. He used my money and bought 10 mining claims. We took those mining claims. We're going to work with the local people there that we partner with there. Let's get to the issue of why he said I owe him. We have one excavator of our own that we were supposed to even be paying for on a payment plan. But this boy never cared about honoring the payment plan commitment for that excavator. Some very dear friends of mine gave me that excavator on a payment plan arrangement. Extremely good friends. No, not friends. Friends would be an honest statement. Brothers of mine. True, genuine, loving brothers of mine. And it's not that we could not afford to pay, to honor the commitment, to be making the regular payments for that excavator. We could afford about $35,000 a month. We could afford to be paying for it. But my manager only paid one time, not even the full amount. Every time I'll cry on him, go make the payment for that excavator, he would not want to pay. It is just now that I've taken charge and put a new team in place, that I am going to continue to pay for that excavator that my friends gave to me. Then he went and I gave him money to go and rent excavators to bring for the company. Everything he's going to do, he would not want even myself involved, because he wants to have total control and do whatever he wants to do. He brought one excavator back in January. He said for $1,400 US every day, 16 hours a day, to work 16 hours a day. Imagine paying $1,400 a day. We were paying about $39,000 US a month for the excavator. About $39,000 US every month. That excavator stayed with us for 2.5 months until I fired him. That's when he took it away. Then he brought a second one later on that we used for like 2 or 3 weeks. Everything accumulated, it came to around $49,000. $49,000. The excavators that he brought, one of them, I had given him money to go and rent the excavator, $10,000 US. He called me from Monrovia and said, Chief, the excavator owners have offered us a payment plan arrangement. We use this $10,000 that we intended to rent the machine with as down payment, and then after we make the down payment, we begin to make the payment plan against the machine. I said, what? But the terms he called to me were ridiculous. They were ridiculous terms. I said, no, I will not agree to that. So I said, only rent the machine and come. Do you know what that boy did? That boy used my $10,000 US to make down payment on the machine and convert and put it in his own name. And like your pa said, go rent car and bring the car. Let me be renting the car. Then you call your pa and say, oh, the car owner then say, if we use the $10,000 to put it down as down payment, they can get the car. Then as we're renting the car, we'll be paying for the car. But the terms were ridiculous. They were saying they want $160,000 US for the excavator, when that excavator is sold for $115,000. I mean for $120,000, $125,000. So I said no. That was ridiculous. I mean, if they add another $15,000 to it, it would make sense. But not an extra $40,000. So he put the $10,000 down, brought the excavator in his own name. I didn't know this. I will find out later. And was renting the excavator to us, and which is why he was exploiting us. Every month we're paying around $38,000, $39,000 US for the excavator. That excavator alone made over $90,000 from us in 2.5 months. Over $90,000 US dollars. I came and saw the excavator. Every day the boy would say the excavator worked for 16 hours. But I came and saw the excavator was not even working for 16 hours a day. But Alex Como was exploiting us every day for that excavator. So I said, no way. Then, when you rent an excavator from a company or from an individual, that individual or the company, they assign operators with the excavator. We currently have one rental excavator plus ours. They have their own operator. But guess what? Ellis was taking my company's money, paying operators $1,000 US a month. He had 2 operators assigned to the excavator. So every month he was paying $2,000 US from my company's money as salary for excavator operators. I said, no. I made a deduction. The money came from 49,000 to 44,000. Now, this debt in question, when was it accumulated? How did the company come to owe this money for these machines? It was during the time he was manager of the company, not my time. This is not a personal debt. This is arrears that were accumulated when he was running the company. But because I fired him, he's lost his pepper bush. The thing that made him frisky. The thing that made him go all over the place, cussing me, acting like a big boy, driving the Toyota Tundra pickup and a Wrangler. They begin who I brought here. Just before he and myself came to Bapulu, they had just evicted him from a house. They couldn't pay a house rent. That he here today, he telling the person he owned a car rental business, and the reason why he got all the cars. Because he didn't want to say he bought the cars. He said he had a business before I brought him to Bapulu County. There's something else I did for this boy. There's something called kobu kobu in the gold mining business. You know what the kobu kobu is? When you dig the pit and you take the gravel out, then the guys go in the pit. The local guys who are working with us, like they call them go ball. They are not employees, but they go in the pit. They collect all the remaining gravel. They strip the walls of the pit, the four corners, the floor, everything. They collect all the gravel. They make several parts of it. They wash it, and then the gold they make there, the company buys the gold back from them at a certain price. So he was buying the gold from them for $9,000 per gram, and he would sell the gold, and he would make $80 US or $70 US per gram of gold. Sometimes one pit will give kobu kobu will be like 200 grams. 150 grams, 175 grams. So they begin were making legitimately the one I knew about, and I gave that to him. I said, "Begin, now kobu kobu is yours." Because he said he wants salary. He said, "Chief, just give me the kobu kobu." And I didn't know how much the kobu kobu would be worth, because ignorant me, I didn't know how lucrative gold business can be. Guess what? The kobu kobu the picking will get around one pit. The picking will get 20,000 US. I put my hand. I said, ah. And the kobu kobu, the company absorbs all the expenses, so that kobu kobu money that goes to him is pure profit. He just gets that. In a month, the picking will get 30,000, 40,000 USD. But I wasn't envious of that, or I didn't regret giving him that. But what was paining me is that the money that should come to me, he would inflate expenditure so that I would get very little money. So in essence, the picking was seeing more money than me who owned the company. Imagine that. So now I was seeing only 20,000 US a month, while the picking would eat 40, 50,000 US a month. My people that hate that. So I fired the boy. So now, the money we were owing for the machine rental during his time, not my time, when he was managing the company during his time, that the money he's going around all over the place saying that, like making it look like he's my partner, I stole money from him. But here's why he's bitter. He's been insulting me all over the place. I fired him from a lucrative operation where he was benefiting and I was hardly seeing anything. That's why he's bitter. He's bitter because he stood on my shoulders in this chiefdom where the people respect me, where the people have given me support, and because of that, he was taking advantage and he was abusing that privilege. That is why he's angry. A few days ago, there was a situation here where he was threatening my life, and even came to my mining camp. Some of you might have watched that video, cursing me and threatening how he will kill me, how he will burn my camp while we are sleeping in it. I took him to the police in Bopulu. They brought him in. When I walked in, as they called me, they said, "You file a complaint against Mr. Coleman for threatening your life. So please come, Mr. Costa, and make your statement." I left from here, went to Bopulu to give my statement. By the time I walked in the CSD office, I said, "Gentlemen, good morning. This gentleman, this Alex boy, has the habit of recording people and taking pictures and going to Facebook and telling a completely different story. So I'm going to surrender my both cell phones to you before we even begin to talk here, and you take his phones as well." I handed my phones over to the police. They tried telling the young man to give his phone. That boy misbehaved. Not knowing the boy had already taken my picture. He had already taken my picture, sent it to Facebook, made it look like he carried me to the police station when I was the one who had complained him, and the case is still with the police. They are coming here Monday to speak to witnesses who saw him pick up a shovel and it was advancing towards me with a shovel to do what he said he would do, to murder me. That boy cost my mom. My mom died in 2007. Sarah Burton, poor her. God rest her soul. That boy cost my mom up and down and up and down and up and down. And so some of you will wonder, why is he doing that? Are you paying his money? Absolutely yes. We paid a lot of the money. The money has come down to like $30,000 from $44,000. We have. The company has been paying his money and the company will pay the rest of the money. So I've been involved with rebuilding the business, restructuring the leadership. This morning before I leave to go to Monrovia, I'm having a general staff meeting with my staff. And I am no longer going to sit down in Monrovia and send somebody here and say, run my company while I'm sitting down in Monrovia or in the United States. I will be involved as much as I possibly can. That's why I built this place. So to the 2,400 of you watching live, and to the many tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of you who will watch later, I do not owe my former bitter, disgruntled, dismissed employee money personally. The company he used to work for is the one that owed him, and the company has been paying. The money is down to $30,000. The company will pay every cent of that money for the excavators that he brought that we were renting, that he was exploiting us. That's why we took the excavators away, because I found out that he was ripping the company off. $1,400 per day for an excavator that we were not using it for 16 hours a day. We were paying around $87 per hour, but we're not getting 16 hours. Some days we'll get 10 hours. Some days we'll get 8 hours. But it's about billing us 16 hours every freaking day, $1,400 US. So we will pay the rest. The company will pay the rest of his not his money, the money for the people who own the machine. He owns the machine because one of them, he used my money to make the down payment, and he was using my company to be helping him pay for the machine. So again, before I close this, to those of you who want to go into mining business, especially gold mining business, fool yourself and sit down in Monrovia and send people here and put your hard-earned money in the business and say you will trust them. That my brother or that my picking from way back, they picking been legging my business ever since. So the picking will protect my interest. Fool yourself. My picking driving Toyota Tundra pickup. While when I'm coming here, I rent Land Cruiser. And so then the car on the road. That car not for me. I'm buy you. I can rent that car $150 US every day to come here. But my picking bought Land Cruiser pickup. Land Cruiser. I mean not Land Cruiser, Toyota Tundra pickup. And Wrangler. We can here, you know, have Papi Solo. Now you get 2 cars. Well, I can rent car. So sit down in Monrovia and say, I trust my Peking. He will protect my interests. You better kind of boost yourself. And that's what I'm doing now. They play here. I go into America tomorrow. When I come back, before I come back, we'll have DSTV here in the recreational area. 24-hour current provided by solar. Not a generator we're using. We got Starlink here, one here, one on the other mine there. And I am happy and I'm grateful to God for what I am doing. Y'all know me, I am no longer involved with politics. For the time being, I'm a private businessman, but my needs sweet in people more. And because the Peking know my needs sweet in people more, so he been using social media to terrorize me. But I am the king of social media. I ain't sitting here the morning, 2,400 people watching me live. I am the king of propaganda. The king of social media. But I don't get time for that thing again. I'm looking for money. Hard-earned, clean money is what I'm looking for. And that is why I am in this place, living with these people who are so good to me and working hard here and supporting the local communities and empowering people. 35 people work for us. In 2 months from now, we'll have more than 60 people working for us, and we pay our people well.
We pay our people better than what the Chinese pay them. When I came here, I asked the people, what is the salary the Chinese people pay their workers? They say 150. I said, me, give somebody 150. I said, starting pay for the least man will be higher than that. We pay our people well, and we pay them on time. My picking, we're not paying nobody. Can you imagine saying we've been here? The first time we ever paid people was for the month of March. The picking, we're not paying nobody. But I don't know how he managed to convince the guy to keep working. While he was making money buying cars, he was not paying nobody. I came here, I paid them. I paid them. Yes, some of my workers there. Show them. Turn the camera. Yes, some of my people that sitting now. Yes, some of my people on the other side. We are about to have general staff meeting and they are about to go to work. Because I believe in empowering people. But when somebody, let me close this, and I want to close this on this note. When somebody treats you bad, they stole from you, they treated you bad, don't ever put them in a position of trust again to manage your money or to manage your business. That's the mistake I made with the Ellis boy. Yesterday, the elders of the land invited us. After they heard about the threats he made on my life, the insults, they found him in the village for causing man cause. Because yeah, you don't do that here. You don't do that here. Guess what? We went to town, Henry Town, because my camp is 30-minute ride from here to Henry Town. He went on his knees. He held my feet. The elders made him do that. And know the traditional thing what they do, I tap his head and I forgive him. Because the elders asked me to do that. And because of the respect I have for the elders, I could not say no to them. We had a big meeting yesterday in town. And I say, I forgive him, but I do not forget. And they told him, if the man company owe you money, you have no right to insult his mother and to be threatening his life. The threats he made on my life, that case is still with the police. They're coming here Monday to take witness statements and they're going to pursue it. He's going to be sent to court. The witnesses are too many. Too many. So I'm not leaving that one. But for the insults, the elders asked me to let it go. I agreed. And I cannot disrespect the elders. But I want to say this to you. To you Liberians. If you want to get involved in mining, I encourage you. It is a very expensive venture. It's a very expensive venture. But if you are lucky, you do it right, you do it yourself, and you don't have people stealing from you, you will do well. You will do very, very well. You will do very, very well. The mistake I made was to bring the picking back. Oh, the man got to hit that Thunder pickup. The man got Wrangler. I can rent car to come here. Why you think my son I go buy Tundra or Wrangler? I will buy them later. I got Range Rover sitting down here in America. Car been again, my head beat. But building a business is not an easy thing. It's a difficult thing to do. But it is a very rewarding thing to do. Not just financially rewarding, but rewarding when you work very, very hard. Very, very hard to build something for yourself and for other people. Oh, when I sit down and just watch people who look forward to a salary at the end of the month, now that we started paying people, and look forward to the opportunities we provide, the partnership we have with the local people, that is something that makes me very, very happy. So again, I want to close up to all of you who care, who have been concerned. This is the truth of the matter, yeah? I did not go to police station. He did not carry me to the police station. I took him to the police station for threatening my life, and the case is still there. Thank you so much. My staff are here. We're about to have a general staff meeting, and I'll do some inspection, and then I'll be on my way back to town. I did not want to do this live video, but too many people were calling me from all over the place, and I felt I needed to speak to my supporters. And that is why I came to do this live video. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and bye-bye.